Okay, good evening everybody, and welcome to like a quick sales update. We were planning actually on doing a sales update video every Monday on this channel, and it just kind of we lost track of doing it. So apologies for that. So I just thought I'd just jump on now and quickly do it as a live stream instead, because it's more convenient for me, and hopefully some of you guys will be around to jump in and we can have a little chat whilst I'm going through some of the stuff that we've sold over the past week. So overall it's been a pretty good sales week. Let me just make sure everything's working just as it should be. I think it is. Yeah, we've got Ash in the chat, Nick and Stephen, and Happy Dappy Michelle, Jimmy, Deal City, Kim Kelly, Chrissy, Fabian, Stephen Bennett, Richard. Yeah, it's not going to be a super long video or anything, it's just a sales video, but I thought I should do it as a live stream because it's just easier, more convenient, and it's always nice to interact with you guys in the chat as well, so we can get some reaction on some of the sales, what you guys think of it, and you know, let me know how your week's gone. It's been a good week. We mentioned this obviously on Friday, where we said it was a bad week and we had a really great Friday. So this week coming, we'll mention it's been a good week. We've had some nice little sales come through. It is all going to be pretty much radio control, as you would expect, because most of our store is radio control parts. So that is what it is now, guys, and that's what sells for us. So we're really pleased. Also, Shop Windows and Jason has popped in as well. Hi there, thanks for popping in, guys. Right, so I'm just going to go through a few of the items then that we have sold. I'm going to just start off with some kind of cool stuff that I like. It's not in any particular order, but hopefully you guys will appreciate. I think there's about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 items, so not a huge amount. Hi Louise, hi Daisy, as well. Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm just going to switch you guys over to the the screen share thing, and we will get going. Nick says RC sales, no way, lol. Exactly. I always find it a little bit of a downer, obviously, saying that, because I don't want to put you guys off, but it is what we're selling, and I'm sure you guys appreciate that. You can only sell what you have. There are a couple of non-RC parts, but at the end of the day, this stuff is making us really good money, so I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. So let's just get going. Let me just switch over to the screen share. So this is something that I'm pretty pleased to have sold. It's another differential. It's a part from a radio control car, and the cool thing about this item is I've sold a couple of these now. As you can see, I took an offer on this sale. It was actually £45, so you know, it's not as much as I got for the previous one. The previous one I did actually sell for 60, but someone offered £45, and I was pleased to take it, because these aren't going to be super fast selling items, so we have to make a judgment on that. You know, if someone shows interest in it, you want to ideally close the sale, as they say. It's you don't want to just leave these things lying around, because you don't know next when someone is going to be looking for like a differential for this car. So wait, may as well take, you know, strike while the iron's hot. So we accepted an offer of 45. Well, I think he asked if he could have it for 40 or £45. I sold it for anyway, I think so. Spoiler alert, says Louise. Nick says, can't knock it, mate. Always interested what he's selling. And David M, the car boot picker, says, hello from Northern Ireland, everybody. Hi, Zahir. Richard says, don't mind Z, it's all money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. I just worry a little bit. Beck always tells me, don't worry, it is what we're selling, it's fine. But I kind of go, oh, we're going to be showing more parts. But anyway, moving on to the second sale. This is quite a cool item. We've still got one left. Oh god, I just said it's quite a cool item. It's a fuel tank, guys. It's a freaking fuel tank. That's all it is. The photo's not great because it's just a white background. The packaging is very, you know, it's got a lot of white on it as well. And obviously the fuel tank is made out of like an opaque plastic, which is also white. So not the best photo, but it's not really about the photo with these things. It is about the part. Someone needs the part, they will pay for it. And some of the sales I'm going to share with you guys in a moment, I'm sharing not necessarily because they're super high value, but it's interesting how much people are happy to pay for shipping when they want something. So yeah, we've still got one of these left. So you know, snap it up if you guys need one. It's a Tamiya fuel tank for an old RC car, and that's off for £22.25, which is another nice sale. So really pleased with that, just in the light it's just in a jiffy bag and off it goes as a small parcel. So pretty pleased with that. Next item, something a little bit more exciting but still radio control related. This is a small, tiny radio control helicopter. You can see there from the size of the handset how small the helicopter itself is. These are called nanos, Blade Nanos, and obviously the name relates to the size. These are tiny little things. They're mostly used for flying indoors, so they're not going to be amazing outside, because even a small gust of wind, these things don't weigh much at all. A small gust of wind will likely knock it out of control, and you'll have a real nightmare trying to get this thing back under control. So it's something that you have to bear in mind. They're great for little indoors and a bit of messing around if you want to just fly it around in your living room or something, or hover it. They're great for that kind of thing. And this was a good working order. Nice little handset there. The handsets can sell well on their own separately, however they can take time to do that. So again, I wasn't keen on breaking this up, especially as it's a nice complete package. So I was happy to sell it complete, and that went for $79.99 plus shipping. So you can see it's a tiny little helicopter there. Really cool item. A lot of fun to fly. They're not super easy to fly. These are actually amongst the easier helicopters to fly, but they're still not amazingly easy to fly compared to drones. Drones are a lot simpler to hover and fly around, so that is quite a nice little sell. Okay, here you go, guys. Look, something that's not RC. We picked up this series of unfortunate events, the Lemony Snicket books. We paid £1 each, so we were invested in for £13 into this sale. I bought them at a charity shop. I was just fancying buying something that wasn't RC parts, so we went out to the charity shops and I saw this and I was like, well, I know they sell, they're £1 each, they're complete. I wouldn't have bothered if it wasn't the complete set of 13 books. I wouldn't have bothered to pick them up. I only picked them up because the complete set was there, and I was like, yeah, completely happy to go for it. They didn't sit around for too long, which was good, and they sold for $39.99. Just popping back into the chat, got Ash is in there. Are you looking into getting more RC parts in the future? Ask Ash. Yes, it seems to be where I'm comfortable. Beck is comfortable with it as well. We've got a little system, and we can actually see getting some space back in the house because we're getting rid of a lot of the bulkier items that we're selling. I'm actually go back to the full webcam for this because it's quite a good point. We've got like a lot of space taken up by larger items that we've bought in the past, right? So when we've been going car boots, etc. The RC stuff is great because it fits into these like boxes. We can fit a lot into those boxes, and I'm even thinking of moving away from stuff like this. So this takes up room. You can imagine if you've got a bunch of these, they're going to need to be stored in a box. So big RC cars and things like that, even those, I'm not 100% that I'm going to be buying loads of those. I'm more going to be interested in the parts because you list them, they're compact, you can just store them away, and people tend to buy, seem to be buying them. Obviously have to be careful about brands and whatnot, because I guess not every brand is going to sell as well as the Thunder Tiger stuff I've got. Because of its scarcity, it's picking up a lot of money. I mean, some of the stuff we're selling for more money than it originally retailed for. So yeah, we got lucky there. But we are looking at parts more than I think bigger bulkier items, because bigger bulkier items, they just take up so much shelf space, and shelf space means floor space, and we want to kind of get back as much of our house as we can, and if we could condense everything into like a few crates that we can just store, it makes it a lot neater, a lot simpler, and yeah, it's nice and easy to pack. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. So thanks for that question, Ash, appreciate it. So let's just go back to the sales. Alright, let's see if there's any more comments. Quite a few people have popped in, so Tap Peddler, thank you for popping in. Anne Hamilton, Peter Ray's in there if I haven't said. Beauty in Reselling, hi Zahir, been watching your videos for a long time but just made a YouTube account. Oh, thank you, Beauty in Reselling, really appreciate it. Sazga says, my daughter has a set of those she's finished reading, paid a $5 at a car boot, feeling tempted to liberate them. Yeah, I would sell them if you can, Sazga. These did something to bear in mind with Lemony Snicket books before I move on. Most of you all know this. In the front of the books, you can put your name in, and luckily in each of these books it had these little squiggles, which I did mention. So someone had put in these little squiggles. Now what they'd done is whoever the child that owned this book set decided to put the amount of pages in each book in this name section. So it's one of those situations where that was a minor, it wasn't a big deal. Sometimes if you're lucky it's in pencil, you may be able to rub it out. But there you go. Karen says jewelry takes up even less space. Very true, Karen. And if we do come across some jewelry job lots, that would be something that we could be interested in. Costume jewelry, Rebecca would absolutely love having that. So yeah, if we come across it, then yeah, definitely. It's just at the moment we've got a setup with the RC stuff. What you've got to bear in mind, guys, is we've got a nice little connection, a contact, as you will. It sounds really kind of shady, but it's not. We've made like a good deal with someone, and we know we can access parts when we need them. So there we go. I'll check them. I think they're clean, says Sazguest. Fantastic. All right, moving on. This is another really cool sale. These I didn't get £60 for. I accepted £40. No, £45 for these, actually. £45. Okay, gosh, what was that? I don't know. Okay, that was Dr. Disrespect live on Twitch. Yeah, so these are shock absorbers. Again, I took them from a car. And what I'll actually do is I will show you the car, because I've actually sold a complete car as well. But I'll show you the complete car as it comes as well. But these are shock absorbers taken from a Losi XXL monster truck, big monster truck. And as you can see, I've sold 2. I've got none left now, which is a shame. Actually, I do have a set, but they're in a car, and I'm not going to split it down, and I'll get onto that. But yeah, accepted £45 for these, shipped. So I was very pleased to get that for just one part, and you can see they're just shock absorbers. They're big, chunky shock absorbers. Moving on. Nick's just said, just finished packing the bejesus out of that board game. That buyer made a point of telling me how he wanted it packed up. Fair enough, if you spend 100 quid, I guess, lol, says Nick. Completely. That's a really good point. I've had the similar experience to that, Nick, where someone bought a turntable from me, and they lived out in Australia, and they bought it for like 250 odd pounds, something like that. It was a lot of money. And turntables, as we all know, are very delicate, and he gave me instructions and links to a forum where he was hoping I would pack it in that way, and I did, just for his peace of mind, and because that was actually the right way to ship a turntable. So yeah, definitely, if someone spends that kind of money, if they've got a few, as long as it's reasonable, do you know what I mean? As long as it's reasonable, I would say, yeah, definitely it's worth doing that. So yeah, good move there, Nick, to follow that. Chris B, M Julie Core has joined as well. I managed to catch you while I'm on break at work. That's fantastic. Thank you for joining me in your break. Hi Pixie Dust Gaming, how's you today? I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm not feeling as agitated as I was yesterday. I was not very good in my stream yesterday on Fortnite. I was quite angry. Barry Scott is in, bang, and the dirt is gone. Thank you, Barry Scott, for making an entrance. You can tell that this channel and this stream is going places when we are getting the likes of the Barry Scott joining. We're very privileged to have you, Barry. Thank you very much. It is understandable. We have all received items that are packed really badly, says Nick, definitely. And David M, the car boot picker, has super chatted £5. Thank you so much. I'm kind of speechless about that. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. What can I say? I hope you enjoy the content. I hope you enjoy the chat. I hope you can pick up at least something. And that's absolutely fantastic. Really do appreciate that. That super chat. So yeah, thank you very much. Actually, it's also worth popping over to David's YouTube channel. You can click on these 3 dots. I believe he started putting videos out recently, so that will be really nice as well, guys. Krillin has also super chatted $2. Hi Krillin, how are you doing? Z, what do they call the biscuits at KFC? Are you having a laugh? What do they call the biscuits at KFC? You're gonna have to elaborate. We don't, as far as I was aware, we don't have biscuits at KFC. You're talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? We don't have we don't have biscuits, as far as I know. We don't have biscuits. Yes, it's amazing how some sellers end stuff out. Bought a PS3, it was wrapped in a black bag, says Chris. Send stuff out. Yeah, that is insane, Chris. Wow. Yeah, always do here. Great videos and great channel, mate. Thank you, David. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. We really do. It's amazing. Okay. Yeah, sorry I couldn't help you with your query, Krillin, because I don't know about biscuits. In America they do. Yeah, we don't have biscuits in KFC over here. This was a sale that I was really happy with. I did not get £2,500, otherwise I would be cartwheeling around the room. I had a job lot of servos, which are these little tiny things that you can see in the photo. That's a servo, tiny little thing. I can actually show you what a servo is, actually. Let me just show you. Scones are biscuits, says Claire. Oh wow, no, I didn't know about that, Claire. Do we even have scones in KFC? No, I just get a bucket of chicken, guys. Yeah, they've got corn on the cob and they've got beans. Anyway, I'm not getting sidetracked. I'm going to show you quickly what a servo is, guys. See, this is a helicopter here. It's not complete, but you can see it's a helicopter. And this helicopter has got these little units on the side there. You can see there's one there. You can see there is another servo there. And then there is another servo there. Okay, there you go. So the servos are little motorized devices which control linkages to move things. So in a helicopter, they're going to move the tail rotor angle. They're going to move the elevator, like how this moves up and down, and you know, they make this noise when you move them. So you'll have a linkage, and you know, it works like that. So I would say definitely, you know, that's what servo is. So in case you wanted to know, because I go on about servos a lot, and I wanted to just show you what that is, because obviously we've sold a bunch of them here. So this is a servo. We sold 500 and we sold them for £700. So very cheap as a job lot, but I just wanted to like, you know, put that out there. I was really happy. We could have listed these as a massive listing, which I have done, but they're so slow. And how many years would it take me to sell these at like £10 or £11 each, which is achievable? You could get £10 to £11 for each of these servos. I actually have done, you know, I've gotten like £9–10 for a single one of these servos, but the sales are so infrequent. The rate of sale doesn't justify holding on to like you know, as many as we had. We had like about 1,000. We've actually still got like 400 and something left, so we can actually do another one of these deals at some point in the future. So yes, that was a really good sale for me, for us actually. Beck and I were actually over the moon with this one, and it started making us look at our other stock in the same way. Sazguess says, lol, just mentioned to my daughter how much you got for the lemony snickets. You can have them, was her immediate reply, says Sazguess. Well, that's a result. Tap Peddler says he only goes there for the chicken and the coffee. No, I don't go there for the coffee, Tap Peddler. I only go there for the chicken. The coffee, if they sell it, would be atrocious. I've not tried KFC coffee, and I've got very little motivation to try that as well. This is England or America, although my Sillet Bang will kill germs in any country. Bang, and the dirt is gone. Barry Scott, thank you for that information. Hi Sib, how are you? Right, let's get moving on to the next item. Another non-RC item. Actually, I've surprised myself with how many non-RC items I'm sharing in this sales video. This is a WWE Kids Wrestling belt. I absolutely love picking these things up. Claire's asking Barry, does it clean a filthy mouth? I can wonder why Claire's asking that. Okay, yeah, so I love selling kids WWE belts. Beauty in reselling us, how much did you pay for the Servo Z? it was part of a huge job lot. I really didn't pay much for them. I paid like about 3k for like a whole bunch of stuff, and it came as part of that. What you'll find is buying in bulk can really reap some rewards, and it allows you to then sell on in bulk as well if you sometimes need to, or you just want to clear stuff. So I would say definitely you know, look out for big hauls if you can. They do help. So I got them pretty cheap. I didn't buy it on its own. Do you know what I mean? I didn't buy, like, there wasn't an ad up saying, oh, I'm selling this many servos. That's me. I'm the guy selling them as buy this many servos. I got those from as part of a much bigger deal. So you have to buy these huge deals, and within a huge deal there'll be lots of big deals inside of them. So you know, that's how it's been working out. Yeah. Barry Scott, how did it feel being that lady in the assault course, says Nick? I'm sure it felt great for Barry, Nick. I'm sure it did. Steve, hi Steve, how are you? Yep, very good. Hope you're good as well. Appreciate you popping in. And Steve is pumped by seeing the ECW belt. Yes, this is an ECW wrestling belt, kids wrestling belt. It's not a legit replica. It's not like an adult collector's replica. If you find an adult collector's replica belt, like a big leather strap, and it'll be heavy, and it will be like adult size, you can get really good money. However, whenever I've seen them, people do tend to ask good money for them. But this is a child's one, so you can just see I took some photos. It's by Mattel. That is obviously a giveaway that it's going to be a kid's toy. It's 2010 WWE, made in China. I've had this for a lot longer than I thought I would have it, but I think I've achieved top price for it. And this is actually a great item to show for a number of reasons. Because it's achieving good price, 20 quid for a kids wrestling belt. As you can see, in the UK I offer fast and free delivery, but this actually is going to Thailand of all places. So they paid on top $12.99 I believe for shipping. I offer my own international shipping. So it was $12.99 for my shipping cost, and they bought it. I've taken it to the post office. Well, actually, I paid the postage online. I think the postage came to be around 8 something, or maybe around 9, or maybe 10 at tops. I think it may have been £10 something, because it was a small parcel, and it was only about 100 or about 100 or 230 grams. I think it was like 230 grams, 150 to 230 grams, somewhere in that vicinity. So I've made a little bit of money on the postage, you can call it that, but that's tracked shipping via Royal Mail to Thailand. So really happy. Yeah, very foam thing. Yeah, very light foam thing, says Peter Cummins. Yep. Z, have you ever had to deal with a PayPal return? I just got one. I believe I have. It's pretty much the same as dealing with something on eBay. You're gonna have to just go through their process and hope for the best. You know, if you've got proof of postage or something, then you should be fine. Depends on what the return reason is. But yeah. Sib says EastEnders Championship Wrestling, Mo versus Phil. Yeah, not quite like that. If Darren's in the chat, EC dub, great belt. I have the exact same one at the moment. Yeah, so really pleased to get $12.99 for it. And Krillin's in there with the ECW chant as well. I love ECW fans. Yes. Yeah. Still waiting for Fast and Furious delivery, says Sib. Okay. I'm not sure why that is. Alright, I'm going to just move on to the last couple of items. This is quite a nice little RC part that I sold. This is a conversion kit, a 4-wheel drive conversion kit for an RC car. So this basically converts a 2-wheel drive car into a 4-wheel drive car. Hence it had a number of gears and parts, and was quite in demand. You can see the packaging is in a bit of a state, very cloudy, etc., but it didn't bother anyone. And it's 2 sold, so I've got none left, which is a shame. But for $52.78, I'm not complaining. Absolutely over the moon. It's just unbelievable. Nick says he still never found a epoxy wrestling belt in the wild. See, I find that so amazing, Nick. I really do. I think it's amazing that you haven't found one. I would have thought you would have come across loads of them. We seem to find them quite often. I'm saying that I've not picked one up for ages. This has been around for a few months. But still, yeah, it's amazing. And Krillin asks, with a $2 super chat, thank you, Rob, appreciate it. Z, did you ever watch the original ECW? I didn't. I was a real Attitude Era WWE fanboy. I absolutely loved WWE Attitude Era. I just loved DX and Shawn Michaels and Triple H and Chyna, X-Pac and all of them. Like, they were just amazing. Shawn Michaels was my favorite. Sweet Chin Music was just cool. He was just a cool dude. He was hilarious. Obviously loved Stone Cold and The Rock and all that as well. It was just, but that whole era, I just loved the Attitude Era. Just absolutely loved it. It's just it still makes me grin, and I get like goosebumps thinking about some of the episodes and that we saw. I remember when Undertaker tried to embalm Steve Austin, and I was just like, oh, it was just hilarious. And then I swear, I think Steve Austin threw him down a manhole, or Kane threw Paul Bearer down a manhole, and Jim Ross called him a rotund demon. It was just, just some things just stick in your mind. But anyway, I'm not going to get too much into that. It's just something. Yeah, so I wasn't huge into that. And Sib has just super chatted £2 to say hi to Krillin. Thank you for that super chat, Sib, although I get what you're trying to do. Okay, Peter Cummins says, all the South London kids want to be wrestlers, says Peter. Loved original ECW, says Darren. I never got into it. I wish I had now. Seeing the passion from you guys in the chat, you're really into it. The chants started to come in. Amazing. Not have we found a wrestling belt, says Dave. Oh. Nor have Daisy May's not found one either. I thought they were quite regular pickups. Maybe we're gonna have to wait until the summer when the families are doing more when families are doing more clear outs. Nick says grown men pretending to hit each other. Still don't get it. Nick, it's sports entertainment. It's like I absolutely love it. It's all about the story. Vince McMahon, just no chance in hell and all that. It was just amazing. Kane's Night of Destruction, says Peter Ray. That's what it was. Yeah, I think he threw Paul Bearer down the manhole. I loved it. Yeah, Saz says me too. It's like Towie. I don't get that either. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Pixie Dust Gaming in with the smell what the Rock is cooking. Guys, I don't know if I can find it. If I can, I'll share with you guys. When I was like 17 or 18, I must have been 17 or younger, not 18, that sounds too old, but I did actually get my bus pass photo taken with the people's eyebrow. So I did that, and I actually took a photo. That was my travel card. You know, when you're like a student and a kid and you're getting on trains and buses, that was actually my photo card. That's how much I was into it. Me and my friends thought it was hilarious. Yeah, it was just stupid. But yeah, ECW is real, not fake, says Krillin. Yeah. Undertaker throwing Mankind off Hell in a Cell way stuck with me, says Beauty and Reselling. Wow, a lot of wrestling fans coming out. There have been some amazing matches. Shawn Michaels Undertaker matches were amazing, even if they are not like legit, like they're not like UFC or something. You know, the size of these guys, the weight of these guys, and just the athleticism that they display is incredible. Adam says Z is ignoring me now though. What did I ignore, Adam? I don't know. Oh, Adam, hi Sib. I got to see the Feeler Top in real life, says Adam. Oh no, of course not. I'm not gonna ignore you, Adam. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't see the notification. Good to see you on Saturday, says Adam. Yeah, it was great to see you as well, Adam. Yeah, it was not. Only ever seen a belt once, says Richard Payne. Think Steve Green picks them all up on my car boot. David M says Hulk Hogan, classic wrestler. Funny when Arnold Schwarzenegger put somebody over the ropes. Yep. Okay. I still go to Elks Lodge where they had ECW, says Krillin. Ah, cool. And Stu is going back with remembering Big Daddy and Giant Hate Stacks, basically two fat blokes fighting off diabetes in Leo. Stu, that is an incredibly good comment. Thank you for that comment. It was a fantastic one. Okay, guys, we have sidetracked a lot here talking about the wrestling. We just need to do one more item. This may actually be of some interest to you, Sib, because you were talking about transmitters and receivers yesterday. So let me just switch back over to the final. Oh gosh, these comments are too good. Barry's just told me he went to SummerSlam at Wembley in 1992. That sounds amazing. I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about it. Well, I need to get back into watching wrestling, actually. I enjoy it. Mick Foley lives a few towns away from me, says Rob. Mick Foley, yeah, Mankind was amazing. Mick Foley was a beast. Need to change the title, says Ash. Yes, I probably do now because it's become a bit of a wrestling chat. Okay, we are going on to the last item. This is what happens when Beck's not here. I get just sidetracked. This is the final item I wanted to share with you guys. This was really interesting. Like I said, Sib may be interested in this because he was talking about this to me yesterday in the live stream. This is actually quite an interesting sale because I sold 3 of these items. These are these are receivers for controllers. So you know you have a. Let me just get a controller. So you have a controller for your radio controlled car. They look like this, or they can be different shapes as well. That's your controller. This is also known as a transmitter, and this will send a signal to what's called a receiver on your radio control car. So each radio control car will have a receiver. Here's a car that I broke earlier. I'm just going to quickly show you guys actually. Yeah, this is one of my favorite cars, by the way, guys. I take this out bashing just now and then, or I just take it outside and race it around. I've broken it, unfortunately. Oop, you can see I broke the shock. The shock snapped off, so I'm gonna have to fix rebuild the shock on this to get it up and running. But that there is a receiver. You can see that is like a little box there. Now this is a new type of receiver. It's 2.4 gigahertz is the standard, so it's kind of like how it communicates. They've moved from using radio waves basically, which is what they used to use in the old days, and that's what this item is. This is a 27 megahertz 2-channel receiver, and if you see an RC car at a car boot sale, it's a really good way of finding out whether it's new or whether it's really old. So if you see an RC car at a car boot and it's fitted with a receiver which says something like 27 megahertz, 35 or 40 megahertz, and you know, and also if the transmitter, if it's got a transmitter, has got one of those long extendable like telescopic antennas, that will give you an instant indication that the car you're looking at has some age to it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's more valuable or less valuable. It just means that it's fitted with an old radio system, and nowadays most people, when they buy a car, they want a new radio system. 2.4 gigahertz, which is the new system, has longer range and has less chance of you getting interference when you're out and about using your car outside. You don't want interference from any other radio waves or radio sources, and that eliminates it. That eliminates the risk of it. And plus, with these older systems, these FM systems, or these 27 megahertz systems, whatever they're called, these radio systems, sorry, they needed crystals, and you needed to have a pair of crystals to match each other. It was a finicky, messy, and quite frankly rubbish system. However, there is a market now for this because people build and rebuild older cars, and they will then then they will then they will rebuild older cars with older radio systems. So that's just something to bear in mind. All right, let's just pop into the chat. Adam says Z brakes RC car, shocker. I missed your Friday chat. I was watching the Greatest Royal Rumble from Saudi Arabia on the WWE network, says Barry. Okay. It was clever how you can swap receivers and things. What a time to be alive, says Sib. Question, and the receiver tells the wheels to move, etc. Pretty much it's how you control the car. So you know, that's how you input throttle, brake, steering. Yes. Pixie Dust says, I'm off to make tea. Good streams are here. See you later. Bye everyone. Take care. We're about to finish here now anyway. Thank you for popping in, PDG. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that is yeah, you, Sib, you get the crystals from the maze, says Adam. If you had one of those telescopic older systems with FM, could it control your radio in error? Could I see the radio jump off the shelf and run across the floor? It's not likely that the radio will be able to do that, Sib, because it would need to be fitted with some kind of a motor to propel it across the floor, and also to obviously make it turn left or right. It's not going to do that. But anyway, thank you for that ridiculous question. My mind is blown by RC knowledge, says Ash. It's not really that much knowledge, it's just something you pick up. But that was the last item I wanted to share with you guys. I really do appreciate so many people popping in. We've got 69 people in the chat right now, which is fantastic. Thank you for popping in. Lex Oliver as well, thank you for popping in. Sorry you didn't have any idea what I was talking about. I was trying to explain it as best I could. But there we go. Thanks for popping in, guys. I will be back in your Nick's asked another silly question. Oh, I've got to answer it. Is your ultimate toy a radio controlled WWE wrestler? No, I would like a radio controlled short course truck or a monster truck. Actually, wrestlers have their own place. Wrestlers, I'm happy with wrestling figures. I like wrestling figures. All right, guys, thank you very much for popping in. Really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys are on later tonight, I'll probably be streaming Fortnite on my other channel, so you can always come and watch me on there. And Ash will probably be there, hopefully. And we will. Claire says he's itching for Fortnite. No, I'm not. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.